welcome back to episode 9 of our season 2 for our Public Safety Future Responders podcast with your co-host Firefighter Tiger and my lovely new co-host Medic Dog. What's up, Medic Dog?
Nothing much. Hello, everyone. I can't even believe it's Thanksgiving. One of my favorite holidays.
Yes, you are right, Medic Dog. And folks, as we are going on this week, we are going to be discussing for this episode, we will be talking about Thanksgiving, how to be safe in your house and on the roads for Thanksgiving, and by highlighting the importance of safety when it comes to cooking a nice Thanksgiving turkey. But first, folks, I'm going to start this special podcast episode off with a very special prayer. So, folks, please join me in this as we all enjoy. The Lord give thanks. This is Psalm. I'm sorry if I butcher this, but it's Psalm 91, Psalm 91. Could be likened to a heavenly 911 call, and that. So Psalm 91, like 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of Most High shall abide under the shadow of Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fleeth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash the foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and alder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Because he set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and shew him my salvation. Folks, that was Psalm 91 that I just... Amen. Since I forgot to say amen. That is a prayer from BibleTeachers.org, link in the description. I do apologize if some of the wording did not make sense. I was trying my absolute best by reading it along. So there's my prayer for the Thanksgiving for first responders. So on with the rest of this podcast. But starting off with Thanksgiving, we're going to talk about safety in your house. Folks, when you are cooking your turkey or ham or whatever you're cooking in your oven, please remember, if you're cooking something on top of your stove, like on the stovetop, please stay near it or have somebody watch it for you if you're stepping away, because you do not want to cause a fire in your kitchen, because you don't want the fire to... Yes, I know, unfortunately, quick sidebar. I understand, yes, I know it's Thanksgiving. Everybody would rather be home for their Thanksgiving. For those who celebrate Thanksgiving, along with those who may not, which can go either way, but folks, generally, when you're cooking, please stay near where you're cooking. If you gotta step away, and if there's somebody else in the household, please have them watch it for you for a quick second when you dash and then come back to it. Don't leave something unattended, especially if you have little ones around. And that. Also, too, in the kitchen, by most stoves, there are those little red canisters to have a little lever. That's the mini fire extinguisher that hopefully every house should have one. If not, well, hopefully you do have something to do in case you have a fire. Folks, if you do have a fire in your house, do us all a favor. Yes, I understand you're going to panic and run around in circles going, oh my God, my house is on fire. But folks, first off, calm down. Second of all, you're going to be okay. Third off, please call 911 immediately and do what the dispatcher tells you to do. If your dispatcher tells you to get out of your house, do so. Don't take your lazy time getting out of your house. Kind of, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Oh, my house is on fire. I better move. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. You guys got to quickly pick up the pace. You have any other safety advice in terms of on Thanksgiving for cooking at home? Either day before or on Thanksgiving?
I'm just going to say, make sure you watch your food at all times because it can easily burn and cause a fire. But also, like you just said, call 911 immediately, but don't panic.
Yes, please don't panic. I understand that's the first reaction we all go through when, oh my God, there's a fire. I got to do something about it. If it's a small fire and you have a fire extinguisher, you can be able to douse it with a fire extinguisher if you have one readily available, which in a lot of kitchens there should be one. I know in my household we have one, a small fire extinguisher that sits right next to the stove, to the left of the stove for it. And that, the other thing is, folks, as we are going into winter time, I know we talked about this in October, since October is Fire Prevention Month, but folks, also too, check your smoke detectors. If they're not working or they are chirping, it indicates that if it's battery operated, the batteries are probably dead and need to be changed. Do not ignore the smoke detectors. Smoke detectors are essential to your safety and survival of your whole household. And folks, please, if you don't have a smoke detector on every floor, make sure you have one on every floor. Please, it is to help you, alert you to something danger and that.
But I just want to say, if your battery is dead, your smoke alarm will chirp until you change the battery in the smoke detector. It will chirp.
Right, which is an indicator for you to change the battery. For those of you who have hardwire smoke detectors, please make sure that your hardwire smoke detectors also has a spot for battery backup, because smoke detectors that are hardwired do have battery backup. So also, too, check to make sure those batteries are also working, too. Because when the power goes out, the smoke detector has a backup system in play, ready to go in case you have a power outage. And that. In other terms of Thanksgiving safety, folks, if you are having a large gathering, please be mindful of the max capacity for your house. There's a lot of house fires that do occur where there are a lot of people who seem to want to I understand families are getting together for Thanksgiving, but please be mindful of the fact that try to also limit how many people are in your house, because it may save you in the long run in case of an emergency. And that, if you're cooking and you have leftovers, please make sure that they're in a safe microwavable container if it is meant to be reheated. Also, too, aluminum foil. If you're using aluminum foil, do not stick aluminum foil in the microwave or anything metal, because I don't know why people do it, but they just seem to do it because they think it's funny and they get a good laugh out of it. It's not funny. It does cause an electrical hazard. Your microwave will catch fire and you will get burned, and then you have a problem. So, folks, save you all the grease and hassle. Don't put anything metal, which includes aluminum foil or any metal silverware in there and that. Or basically anything metal, don't put in the microwave. Use microwavable, safe materials that are approved for the microwave.
I couldn't have said it any better.
Anywho, now that we talked about Thanksgiving in terms of being at home, while you're out on the roads, folks, please be mindful of your speed. I know we talked about this in our previous episode, in episode 8, where it's titled Slow Down and Move Over. Folks, please be mindful of your speed and safety around you this holiday season. As we are going into the holiday season, people are going to pick up their speeds, which they usually do anyways, most of the time of year. But holiday time, people are usually speeding because, I need to get somewhere because I forgot that I'm late, or whatever reason. People, please be mindful of your speed. I don't care how fast or how long it's going to take you to get to where you need to go, But folks, you need to be safe on the roads. You don't want to be those statistics numbers that end up being on the side of the road, either broken down or in an accident. And then we, the members of the first responders division, have to respond to help you out. Yes, I understand, folks, the fact of, yes, emergencies do cause problems all year round. And that the saddest thing, like many of us, including the hospital staff, unfortunately, sadly, have to work on Thanksgiving because we don't know when emergencies are going to strike. Unfortunately, we're just like the hospital staff, where the hospitals have to work on Thanksgiving. And that goes also for the police, the fire, the emergency medical services, the tow truck operators, and everybody in between who have to give up time on their Thanksgiving to respond to cries for help. So you can all help us out by being safe on the roads and being safe in your house.
I also have to say, in events to like Thanksgiving and being on the safe in your house, but also being safe on the roads, please do not drink and drive.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Medic Dog. That's the other thing. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to clearly state this because every single state has done this. I have a friend in Wisconsin who probably will tell me that they do the same thing too. The fact of around Thanksgiving, between now to New Year's Day of January 2nd, 2024, police will be stepping up their checks and will be doing DUI checkpoints around the country. Folks, that is they're there to make sure that you are having a safe drive home in a safe, responsible way. They're not there to try to throw you in jail for no apparent reason. They want to make sure that you are having a safe holiday season. And folks, I'm going to say this right now, the fact of if you are drunk, you don't want to see the blue light in your rearview mirror. If you see a blue light in your rearview mirror, you got a problem. Because I can't tell you how many times that I've read articles where people were stupid enough to drink and decided to get behind the wheel, and then they have to go get bailed out because of their stupidity. Which a lot of people, if they're friends of them who are drunk, will just turn around and basically leave them in jail and let them detox in jail. So, folks, now that we covered Thanksgiving, we're going to move on to another half of this because I wanted to bring this up because I've read the articles and I have heard it from others. Folks, November 24th. Which is a Friday. It is the day after Thanksgiving. Folks, that is also known as Black Friday. I want to point out something. Black Friday shopping. Please, please, please. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Please, if you're going Black Friday shopping, do not be a mob going into a store. Because there has been so many incidences that have hit the news wave on all the news, on the news sites of people who have lined up to go in for Black Friday sales and end up trampling over each other for that last minute, for that item that they want, or hurt workers in a way. Even though a lot of companies have gone smart a little bit and decided to open up for Thanksgiving, aka Great Thursday. But folks, please do me a favor. If it's an item that is going to be in stock for a while, might as well save yourself some time and just wait till after Black Friday. Because you don't want to be the one that has to have problems. And folks, I'm going to also strongly advise this to the fact that Black Friday, Thanksgiving, please, 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 absolutely no weapons. I don't understand why, even though there hasn't been any cases of it, but I'm getting in first, like everybody else, and basically saying no weapons. Period.
Would pepper spray count?
Well, that's self-defense.
Oh, yeah. You got that right. Yeah, no. Please do not bring any weapons into the store. You will get arrested for possession of a weapon.
Oh, yes. So, like it is, folks, Thanksgiving travels. If you have plans to travel, I would highly recommend you don't wait till Wednesday the 22nd to travel. because Wednesday is the high peak of travel for Thanksgiving to get to places. And then again on Monday, please, if you're going to be returning from wherever you were celebrating Thanksgiving, please make sure you save yourself some plenty of time to get home safely. Do not speed, do not drink, do not text. I feel like a police officer having to say this on a podcast episode. Don't drink, don't text, don't read the newspaper, don't read anything that can impair your vision. As a member of the first responders community, please be safe, be responsible, folks. Come on. If you've gone through a driving course, you got yourself a license. You just basically stated the fact that I will not cause a problem that will get me arrested or thrown in jail or a ticket. But people end up being stupid.
You got that right.
So, and folks, Black Friday. Also, too, Black Friday shopping. I also like Black Friday shopping. However, I do not like to see people who seem to want to speed to the store or in the parking lots for those stores just to stand in line for an item that is going to probably just sell out in about 30 seconds after the store opens. And also, too, folks, I'm going to say this. Shout out to the men and women may not have celebrate Thanksgiving, but have to go to work on Black Friday. My hat is off to them because really, if it wasn't for them having to deal with the crowds, you may not have Black Friday. A lot of stores have gotten smart enough and have actually closed for Black Friday or just done Black Friday sales all month long. Because really, who needs a day for Black Friday sales when you can literally have an entire sale for a whole month? But anywho, that's besides the point. I'm not gonna be a shoppy person, a shopper advisor. But getting back to travel, Thanksgiving, please be safe. Do not drink and drive. If you drink, please make sure you have a sober driver, aka a person who will not be drinking alcohol, either give you a ride home or know your limits. If you are drunk, the bar will probably tell you, no, you are cut off and you are not driving home. You will get a taxi. There are some bars in the United States, which you can go look this up, to the fact that there are bars that will call taxis for their patrons who they deem are drunk and are been cut off because they don't want to see drunk drivers out on the roads. Drunk driving causes a huge problem, especially during the holiday season when people are so stupid because they think, I just had some, I'm safe to drive. Okay, a little amount is okay, like maybe one shot glass or an amount that is in the legal limit, which, as far as I'm aware, for the state of Connecticut, it is 0.008. That is for the Connecticut. I don't know if it's just the state of Connecticut or federal. You can go look up your alcohol limit laws in every state. But know your limits and drink responsibly. If you are within the legal limit and you reach the point of legal limit, stop yourself or the bartender will stop you. And if you are drunk and you are and you leave a bar, that does not indicate for you to go to another bar. Let me repeat that. If you are drunk from one bar, do not go to another bar. A lot of bars have been getting smart and are basically saying, you are drunk, we are not serving you alcohol. Plain and simple.
I actually like that rule.
Because the bars are not only looking out for themselves because they know what's going to happen if you drink and drive, but they're also looking out for the safety of fellow drivers and for your own safety, because when you are drunk, you have impaired vision that will cause you to have distort eyesight level and things will get blurry. So they're taking steps to try to prevent you from driving. If you have a member in your party who is drinking a glass of water, good for them, because that is an indicator, or a non-alcoholic drink, that is indicating that they're the ones that will be taking responsibility for driving everybody home.
And getting everyone home safe.
Right. Which is why, and I will say this again, because I said this off air, but I'll say it again. For me, not only am I a member of the first responders community, but there's a lot of us out there who choose not to drink for one reason or another, which is perfectly fine. We don't all necessarily need to drink alcohol and that to have a good time. We can all be sociable, have fun, but also drink responsibly. I know for me, the closest thing I'm going to have to an alcoholic drink is soda, because that's what I prefer. I rather prefer soda than alcohol. So, and in the end, folks, for Thanksgiving, the other thing I want to highlight is also, if you burnt dinner, which there have been a lot of people who will burn dinner, please make sure that you also look up restaurant times, because a lot of restaurants, I will tell you right now, have already plans to close for Thanksgiving. So they will not be open on Thanksgiving, because I know a lot of restaurants usually are basically, it's, oh, home-cooked dinner, yay! Oh, I burnt dinner, let's go to a restaurant. Folks, that's where you have a contingency plan of plan A, this is what we're doing. Plan B, this is in case plan A fails for whatever reason. And folks, I want to actually highlight something else. Speaking of cooking at home, if you live in an apartment building or in a senior living home where you have multiple rooms that are in there, like in an apartment building or a condo building or whatever, and your room fills with smoke, here's my advice. The front door. Do not open the front door. Unless your smoke detector, never mind, I'm not going to get into it. But folks, there are ways to help. You have windows that can help you alleviate some smoke. If you have smoke in your kitchen and you have a crack above your door and you're going to put a towel down, okay, good for you. Hey, that's good for you. I congratulate you all for taking that. But folks, I just want to highlight something about the towel. A dry towel will not work if you're trying to prevent smoke from spreading past under the door crack. Dry towel will not work. You need a damp towel to absorb the smoke. That is the most easiest, simple solution to do it. I have heard that from a numerous amount of people. I have seen it for myself on videos. A damp towel is better than a dry towel when it comes to smoke. And folks, if you're cooking over your stove and you have the fan set up over your oven and stove, you can use that to vent steam coming off your pots and everything else. If you have side windows in the kitchen, feel free to open them. Yes, I know it's going to be cold out there because usually Thanksgiving gets cold because we're going into the winter time for those of us here in the United States, to vent smoke. And that. Anything else you would like to add, Medic Dog?
No, I just couldn't have said any of those things any better than you.
So, folks, we're just trying to not only provide some helpful safety tips and advice.
I actually do have one thing to say. If there is a fire in your house this Thanksgiving, you have to also feel the door and make sure and see if it is hot.
Right. Please, folks, remember your fire safety procedure on what to do in case of a fire. I don't know how many times people have to go, oh, there's a fire. I'm going to just run around. Folks, hey, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. It's simple. You stop what you're doing, you drop to the floor, and you roll around. Or if somebody else sees you on fire, they'll just take the nearest thing and just smack you with it to try to damp the fire. I caught myself. And that.
Also, make sure you have a fire extinguisher.
Yes, if you have a fire extinguisher, great for you, because that. Also, too, folks, there are instructions on that fire extinguisher. Please follow it, aka the abbreviation PASS, pull, aim,
red tab.
Yeah. Basically, remember the abbreviation PASS. It's spelled out for you out on the fire extinguisher. Folks, follow that, and you'll be safe. Folks, if you are driving and you break down, slow down and move to the side. And if you see a disabled vehicle on the side of the road, or emergency crews on the side of the road, whether that is fire, police, EMS, tow truck operators, whoever's on the side of the road, slow down, and if you can, move over if possible, and give them plenty of room to work. Because like it is, folks, we, the first responders, don't get a day off on the holidays. We, unfortunately, work almost 24/7 around the clock to make sure you guys are safe. So we want you guys to be safe for us. We save your lives. You can pay us back by saving ours, by being responsible and making sure you are having a safe and good time, and also being safe while driving and everything else. Last thing I will say, anything else you want to say, Medic Doc?
Just want to say, I hope everyone has a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, folks, and we will leave you with one last thing from the BibleTeacher.org website from Psalms, Psalm 91, verse 11. For God shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. God assigns guardian angels to his children to protect them from harm as long as we stay in his will. The devil tempting Jesus in the wilderness told our Lord, Matthew 4, verse 6 through 7, Satan said unto Jesus, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Our Lord Jesus said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. So, folks, you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you all on another episode, on episode 10 of our season 2 after our Thanksgiving break, folks. You all have a good one, and we wish you all a good, happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you all have a positive day. This has been Monday, November 20th, podcast episode 9, giving thanks to our first responders. And, folks, one last quick bit. If you want to thank our first responders and that, folks, feel free to stop by and give thanks to our fire department. If you see into our police stations and our EMS stations, police and EMS more likely to be stationed at their police stations. In terms of fire services, if you are in a city, feel free to visit the paid firehouses because there are paid members that are on call. Fortunately for local communities like my town, for example, fortunately we're volunteer services, but we like to give thanks by making sure y'all are being safe this holiday season and that, folks. So from my co-host Medic Dog and myself, co-host Firefighter Tiger, wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you all after Thanksgiving.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good Thanksgiving.